Okay, I want to greet all the participants of the webinar. Last time, I mean last Sunday, unfortunately due to technical problems, we had to cancel our webinar. Of course, new technologies facilitate communication between people, especially during the coronavirus pandemic, but at the same time, such problems like technical problems can become the reason for canceling communication. But today, fortunately, everything is good. That's why we can start our webinar. So I'm glad to see all of you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mehrzod Sharifzoda. I am research assistant of International Laboratory on World Order Studies and New Regionalism of Higher School of Economics. Our laboratory pays special attention to the development of young researchers. Within the framework of our laboratory, I mean projects of our laboratory, we attract students to research activities. I would like to say that if you successfully win the global scholarship competition, we would be glad to see you as participants of our projects. Um, Today, we will speak about the procedure for holding a global scholarship competition in field of international relations. We will speak about preparation preparation guidelines, and of course, we will make a review of demo version of competition assignments. Can you see my presentation? Please write. Can you see my presentation? Okay, let's continue. This year, global scholarship competition in field of international relations will be held remotely on the exams platform. And what is the exams platform? How does it work? And what do we need to know about the exam system? All about above mentioned questions will be considered during the webinar. First of all, in order to use exams platform, in order to register in this platform, you need a personal computer or a laptop. You can't use any mobile devices because exams platform does not support mobile devices. And in order to work in the exam system, your computer has to meet exam system requirements. It means that you need operating system Windows and Mac OS X Yosemite. You also need most recent version of Google Chrome browser. You need a functioning external or frontal webcam, a functioning external or frontal microphone, and of course, you need stable internet connection. And please take it seriously. Check your computer, your webcam, microphone, and internet before the competition. If your computer does not meet the exams system requirements, for example, your microphone doesn't work, or your internet is not stable. In these cases, you can't access the exam system. That's why I read carefully. Read carefully. Read please carefully. Instructions for taking part in the competition via exams platform, and you can find instructions on the international relations page of the global scholarship competition website. Follow the information updates on the international relations page, and you should remember that the instructions for taking part in the competition can be updated too. So during your participation in the competition via exams system, no one should be in the room except you, because the exams system can regard the presence of someone in your room as a violation of rules of participation in the competition. Don't look around for a long time. It is also prohibited to use phones, books, notebooks, and any papers during the process of writing an essay. Don't turn off your microphone. Don't turn off your webcam. And during the exam process, you need, during the competition process, you need to be seen on this screen. Students of higher school of economics have already actively passed exams via exam system. Therefore, you just need to follow the instructions for participating in the competition, and everything, I think, will be fine. So how to enter the educational program, international relations, with the help of the global scholarship competition. Winning the global scholarship competition, you will receive opportunity to enter the educational program international relations. There are two ways to enter the educational program of international relations via global scholarship competition. The first way is when you win the competition in field of international relations and enter the educational program. And the second way is when you win the competition in field of history. But you can choose both fields. You can choose international relations and history as fields of the competition. And in this case, your chances or your chance of entering the educational program international relations will increase. If you know history well, you can choose history as an additional field for participating in competition in order to enter the educational program international relations. So now let's talk about self-preparation guidelines. During writing your essay, you have to pay a special attention to criteria of evaluation of works. There are 5 criteria of evaluation of works, and the first criteria is erudition. So it is the first and most important criterion of evaluating of works, and you can receive maximum 30 points for meeting this criterion. This criterion takes into account the horizons and knowledge of a participant in history of international relations and contemporary politics and ideas that influence modern political science. According to this criterion, you have to show your knowledge of concepts, theories, and their authors. In order to receive these 30 points, you have to give references to books and articles of famous researchers in field of international relations. The second criterion is analytical skills. During writing your essay, you should take into account different points of view. Taking into account different points of view will increase the value of your essay, and you should remember that a descriptive work will not bring you high marks. The third criterion is logic or composition. You can get maximum 20 points for meeting this criterion. In order to get 20 points, you should build logical connections, their arguments, and you have to justify your position. And try to avoid unconfirmed conclusions and logical errors. The fourth criterion of evaluation of works is academic language and style. During writing your essay, you should pay special attention to the style of your text. Try to refrain from unnecessary generalizations, common, empty, and not informative as phrases. Don't use terms and definitions in incorrect forms. In other words, your essay should be written correctly in a good academic language. And the last criterion is knowledge of current political agenda. According to this criterion, you should have knowledge of today's political agenda. During writing the essay, you should use links to speeches and statements made by political figures and diplomats, as well as relevant expert materials. It means that you should follow the news related to international relations. Your essay is the only way to test your knowledge. That's why follow seriously the criteria for verification of works. I hope you have already seen the list of sources to prepare for participation in the global scholarship competition. Here are 15 sources, 15 source names, and don't limit yourself to this list of sources. During the process of preparing for the global scholarship competition, you can read other books and other articles too. You can also watch lectures and interviews by famous international relations experts. But first of all, try to read books and articles from the list of sources. So, how to prepare yourself for the global scholarship competition? You have 9 topics for self-preparation. Each topic has from 3 to 10 subtopics. For example, the third topic has three subtopics. I think one of the best ways for preparing for the competition is writing texts for each subtopic. For example, you can choose subtopic and write an essay during 3 hours. This method of self-preparation will show the quality of your knowledge, will show your gaps in field of international relations. Moreover, during writing texts for each subtopic, you will memorize something on each topic, such as facts, the views of international relations experts, definitions of terms, and so on. Try to read books and articles as much as possible because the more you know, the faster and easier you can write your essay. So, and now we will speak about state monopoly on violence in international relations. The topic is should the state maintain a monopoly on violence in international relations? Private military companies, pro and contra arguments. And now, please imagine that you are writing an essay on this topic. How will you start your essay? Write uh, your opinion in chat box. Can you write your opinion in the chat box? So I will repeat my question. How will you start your essay on the topic, should the state maintain a monopoly on violence in international relations? And I would like to ask you to write your opinion in the chat box. Just briefly, don't use information from the internet, from the website. Write just your point of view. Okay, let's continue. So, according to Encyclopedia Britannica, state monopoly on violence is political. Uh, I mean, state monopoly on violence in political science and sociology is the concept that the state alone has the right to use or authorize the use of physical force, and it is widely regarded as a defining characteristic of the modern state. In order to understand the state's monopoly on violence, we have to turn to the writings of Thomas Hobbes and Max Weber. Thomas Hobbes, an English philosopher, considered to be one of the founders of modern political philosophy. In 1651, Thomas Hobbes wrote an interesting and important book, which is called Leviathan. Its name derives from the biblical Leviathan. In the writings of Thomas Hobbes, people uh, by nature are selfish and are constantly in struggle with each other. It means that, according to Thomas Hobbes, a man, uh, I mean, in a man, such qualities as selfishness, aggression are innate. And according to Thomas Hobbes, if everyone is given freedom, people will be in a state of war of all against all. It means that receiving freedom, every person will be in a state of war against another person. And this war characterized by a person's lack of morality, spirituality, and a sense of justice or compassion. In order not to exterminate each other, according to Thomas Hobbes, it was necessary for humanity to conclude a social contract and give power to someone else. But a person could not give power to another person, that is, to the one with whom he was in constant struggle. That's why it was necessary to find someone else. As a result, people created a state, that is Leviathan. Leviathan was the name given to sea monster mentioned in the Bible, and according to Thomas Hobbes, state is Leviathan. I mean, Thomas Hobbes describes the state as Leviathan. Thus, Hobbes draws an analogy between the state and the biblical monster. Uh, People create the monster Leviathan. I mean, people create state and allow it to use legitimate legal violence against themselves through certain laws. In other words, people partially sacrifice their freedom so as not to destroy, in order not to destroy each other. The threats of extinction, the fear of extermination became the reason for the creation of the state by people. The state that is a product of social contract. The state punishes people who do not respect law, who do not respect rules by various methods and means, and Leviathan does this on legal grounds. That is, people themselves gave Leviathan right of using using violence towards them. It means that they gave him the right to a monopoly on violence. And monopoly on state violence as defining conception of the state first was described in sociology by Max Weber in his essay Politics as a Vocation. The first time German economist and sociologist Max Weber read his essay Politics as a Vocation to Free Students Union of Bavaria in January 1919 during the German Revolution. His essay was published in an extended version in July 1919 in German, and this essay was translated into English only after the Second World War. In his lecture, Politics as a Politics as a Vocation, Thomas Hobbes, the German sociologist, Max Weber, the German sociologist, defines the state as a human community that claims the monopoly of the legitimate use of physical force within a given territory. The modern state, according to Weber, emerged by expropriating the means of political organization and domination, including violence, and by establishing the legitimacy of its rule. And the public police and military are its main instruments. The state monopoly on the legitimate use of physical force can be challenged by a number of non-state actors, such as political insurgents or terrorists, or by state actors, such as military forces claiming autonomy from the state. So, and now I would like to ask you about your questions. Have you got any questions? So if you have any questions, please send them to the address of the organizing committee of High School of Economics, Global Scholarship Competition. And please don't forget to follow and study the relevant information on the International Relations page on the Global Scholarship Competition website. So I'm waiting for your questions. Have you got any questions regarding competition, regarding the self-preparation process, regarding other parts of competition? So I'll repeat my question. Have you got any questions? Is everything clear for you? So if you haven't got any questions, we can finish our webinar. So I wish you all the best, and I hope you will win the competition, the global scholarship competition, and I would like to see you as students of Higher School of Economics. I hope you can enter the educational program International Relations. So I'll ask for the last time, have you got any questions? Okay, goodbye.